Hello everyone, it is Jayden and welcome to The Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in pop culture and sports. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button on the video, and if you enjoy my commentary and myself truly as always, be sure to tap that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya. We are going to be giving my week 1 picks of the 2025 week 1 of the NFL season. I'm super excited about this. This is going to be super fun. Now, little disclaimer. This is just I'm going to pick, I'm going to go off the spread. I'm going to say who I'm picking to win this game, and I'll say if they'll cover or not. I'll say, I have them winning this game, and I'll say who's going to cover and things of that nature. So that's what we're doing here. We're going to do a little bet and odds thing, and then I'm just pick, who's winning right out. So let's go ahead on with it. I have the schedule ready to go. And we're going to start off with the first game. And I teased it earlier. I'm going to give my pick for the Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored right now. It went up a whole point as of a couple of days ago. The Eagles are favored -8.5. I am picking the Philadelphia Eagles outright, and I am picking them to cover the 8.5. Even though all those good points I gave for the Cowboys to do, they are easier said than done. I don't think that they are going to stop Saquon Barkley. The Cowboys have a lot of question marks going into this game. I have no confidence in picking them to win this game. Do I want them to surprise me? Absolutely. I am so down for that. But I just don't see any situation how they come out with a W. You're going to be in that hostile environment. Banner night. Everything is against them. I am picking the Philadelphia Eagles to cover and win outright at -8.5. Moving on to our next game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Chargers, with the Kansas City Chiefs being favored -3.5. This is a very hard game for me to pick. This is a pretty even matchup. They're playing in Brazil Friday night. Man. And you got to think this. I didn't have this pre-written out. I'm going this off the fly, okay? I'm a big Jim Harbaugh guy. I love Jim. So you can probably see where I'm going here. I'm into the Chargers hype. I'm smashing the Chargers to win this game. I'm taking the Chargers plus 3.5. I really am. I think that if this was at Kansas City, I would be indifferent. I would be indifferent about this pick. But with them playing in a neutral site, I feel like that this is a pretty even matchup. I just love Jim Harbaugh so much. I think he is a very, very good coach. First game of the year, historically, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of teams who come off losing the Super Bowl have a very, very hard chance getting a leg up on their season. Obviously, we are talking about a team who has won multiple Super Bowls in the last 5-6 years. We are talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. But I do love the Chargers roster. Justin Herbert, I think he is the next coming up with a playoff push. He's up next under Jim Harbaugh. Ladd McConkey, Amarion Hampton, defense led by Jim Harbaugh. I just love everything about Chargers. I am taking the Chargers to win this game. -3.5. Tampa Bay versus Atlanta. Tampa Bay is favored -1.5. This is a very, very close spread. So they're essentially saying that Tampa Bay is going to win this game on the road. I'm going to take Tampa Bay -1.5, and I'm picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win that game. I'm not 100% sold on Michael Penix just yet and the Atlanta Falcons. They had some flash here and there last year towards the end of the season when Michael Penix took over, but it's just I'm waiting to be seen. So I am taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. Cincinnati is favored -5.5 on the road. I am taking the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not a huge fan of Joe Flacco being the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Although he was successful a couple years ago, he didn't look good last year in Indianapolis in the stint that he played. He can shock me. I don't know, but I just think it is time for Joe Burrow and the guys to get a head start on the season. We remember they lost last year to the Patriots in the first game of the season. This year is the time. The coach emphasized it going into the over the offseason. We have to get started. We have to get off to a hot start. They're going to do that this year. Joe Burrow and the guys, they're going to be 1-0. They're not going to get in this slump to start off the season. We're not about to have an 1-3 going into September. We're going to win some football games. I had the Cincinnati Bengals winning this game. Miami Dolphins versus the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis is actually favored -1.5 at home. This is a pick'em game. This is obviously the duel of the, pretty mid teams. Daniel Jones, I don't trust him at all. I do not trust Tua Tagovailoa as well. I'm going to pick the Dolphins just because I do not like the Colts at all on offense. Defense is a different story, but I just don't. I do not love Daniel Jones as the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. I could be shocked, but I just think the Dolphins, although they have some defensive issues, specifically at safety, I just think it'll be an offensive duel. I think that Tua will get it done and beat the Colts. I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm picking the Dolphins +1.5. Moving on to the very next game, the Patriots and the Raiders. The Patriots are getting 2.5 at home. Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, new team, new culture. A lot of people are high on the Raiders this year, but I'm picking New England. I believe Drake May is going to take a step up this year. Head coach, I believe in him. I do not have his name at the top of my head right now. I do not know why. Jesus Christ. Hold on. I got what? I don't know why. Mike Vrabel. Jesus. Do not understand why I didn't remember his name. But I believe in Mike Vrabel. He took Ryan Tannehill at the quarterback position to a AFC Championship game at one point with Derrick Henry and the guy. So I think he has the potential to lead this Patriots team to the playoffs this year. I'm taking the Patriots -2.5. Moving on to the Cardinals and Saints. Picking the Cardinals -6.5. Slap it down for me. Kyler Murray, you got to be able to win a game against a team that has Spencer Rattler at their quarterback position. I think the Saints are going to be bad. They are fighting for the #1 overall pick this year. That is an easy pick for me. Cardinals -6.5. Steelers and Jets. This is actually an interesting game. I'm going to pick the Steelers to win. Justin Fields, as much as I love him, I do not trust him at the quarterback position. I think he was pretty much babied by the Pittsburgh Steelers last year offensively, and they were forcing the defense to be able to win them games. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to do enough to win this game, and they're going to win, and they're going to cover. I have Pittsburgh -2.5 winning this game. Interesting matchup. We have the Commanders and the Giants. Easily, Washington at home. Give me the 6.5. I'm taking Washington to win this game. I think it's going to be a closer game than what people make it out to be. But I'm definitely taking Washington by a touchdown, -6.5. Panthers and Jaguars. Now, this is a very interesting game. I know they're saying the Jaguars is favored -3.5. Something about the Panthers. Now, I don't want to get caught on the Panthers hype this year, okay? I have not liked Bryce Young in the preseason. He had a pretty good game in his first game. Game after that, he didn't have a very good job playing. Xavier Leggett, Tara told me, they got a couple weapons this year. I don't know about the defense, but I'm not going to get on I think Carolina could be somewhat decent this year, but I do think in this game specifically, I think the Jaguars, first game of the season, Travis Hunter playing the wide receiver position, Brian Robinson Jr., Trevor Lawrence, it is a big year for Trevor Lawrence. It's like, bud, let's get it together. #1 overall pick. coming out of the draft, they expected you to be the next best thing. You're supposed to be where Josh Allen and the guys are at. Okay, this is where you're supposed to be at. So let's get in that type of conversation this year. Let's have a good year this season. I'm picking the Jaguars -3.5. Titans, Broncos, easy pick for me. Broncos. I'm very high on the Broncos this year. I'm investing heavily in Sean Payton and Bo Nix. I enjoyed every aspect of Bo Nix last year. I know a lot of people are expecting Bo Nix to fall off. I'm not expecting that. Have a little sophomore slump. I'm not expecting that. I'm riding on Bo Nix and the guys this year, and I think they're going to make the playoffs. I'm taking Denver -8.5. Sorry, Cam Ward. It's going to be a rough debut for you. Niners, Seahawks. Definitely going with Seattle here. 49ers. Handicapped at the wide receiver position right now. Ricky Pearsall is your number one wide receiver going into this game. His tape was pretty good at Florida, but I'm not a huge fan of that wide receiver room right now as it's presently constructed. Defense leaves a lot to be desired. I don't know how good defensively they're going to be, specifically on the back end of their defense. I don't know. I don't even think Tre'Davious Ward is even on their team anymore at cornerback. I think the only cornerback they got that I can vividly think of is Lenore Ryan. So I'm not as high as the Niners, although the Niners have a very, very light schedule this year. I'm not very high on the Niners like everybody makes out to be. I'm not high on Sam Darnold either, so don't get it twisted. But I think the Seahawks, that defense is young, great. They have done a phenomenal job drafting on the defensive side of the ball. JSN's there now as well. I am going to pick the Seahawks to win this game. +2.5. Oh, the Niners is actually favoring in this game. Oh, I'm disagreeing with Vegas on that. And I'm definitely picking Seattle at home. First game of the season, I'm definitely hitting the Seahawks to win this game. Very, very good matchup. Lions, Packers. I'm not going to say I'm high on the Packers, but I think the Packers are like a Super Bowl contender. They have a very young roster. I've stated that the last couple of years. They have always been a piece away, specifically at the wide receiver position. If Matthew Golden can hit for them like I think he could, and if Jordan Love just plays decent quarterback play, the Packers are going to be good this year. They're going to be good. And now they just added Micah Parsons. Okay? They're going to be good. So even if Micah Parsons don't play, I think the Packers are going to win this game. I'm picking the Packers to cover -2.5. I think the Lions are going to be good this year. Jared Goff and the guys, I think they're going to be good. I don't have them as high as everybody makes it out to be because I don't know how good they're going to be. You lost Aaron Glenn. You lost Ben Johnson. As much as we love Dan Campbell, he didn't call plays. So what are the play callers you got going in there, and are they going to be able to keep up the par of what you did in the past? So I'm not as high as the Lions as everybody else are. So I'm definitely picking the Packers -2.5. Texans, Rams. This is a very good game. The Rams, I was high on them last year. I don't know how Matt Stafford is going to look coming off the back injury and stuff. Texans have a great defense. I'm picking the Rams. Rams at home. I don't think the Texans fan base is going to. I don't think they travel that well because we know that the Rams really never have a home game. They never have a home game. Every time there's a game in LA, either Chargers or the Rams, some people has refuted that claim. Like Stephen A. Smith did say that there's usually a lot of Rams fans at these games. I am not 100% with that. Every time I watch these games, I never see that many Rams fans. So normally other teams are invading the building. I don't think the Texans fan base is that big traveling out there to the Western California, but Southern California rather. So I'm definitely picking the Rams to win this game. First game of the season, Matt Stafford, Devontae Smith, Puka Nacua, good defense on the rise. I'm definitely picking the Rams -3.5. Bills, Ravens. Go ahead and lock me in. I want to make a segment about my Super Bowl pick, but you can foreshadow the team who I'm very, very excited about going into this year is Buffalo Bills. I'm high on Buffalo. I am very, very wanting Buffalo to win so bad. I want Buffalo to win so bad because I'm a big Josh Allen guy. They're at home. Last year in Orchard Park, Josh Allen, I watched some of Hard Knocks. He's dialed in, ready to go. Got some new receivers. Why is there not like? I think Josh Allen has definitely got enough to win this game. There's no slouch to the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to be pretty good this year. I have them winning their division. They're a Super Bowl contender in themselves. Baltimore is favored in this game. I don't know why, but I'm definitely picking the Bills to win this game. I'm definitely picking the Bills. So I'm picking the Bills plus 1.5 points. And for the last game of tonight, on Monday Night Football, we have the Vikings and the Bears. This is a very interesting matchup. I'm picking the Bears just because I do not know what to expect from J.J. McCarthy. Nothing against J.J. McCarthy. I think under the head coach over there in Minneapolis, I'm a huge fan. I love his play calling. What he did for Sam Darnold, I think he is definitely going to be able to do that for J.J. McCarthy. And J.J. McCarthy, he's looked decent in the preseason, not the best. And even last year in his first preseason game he had, he looked pretty good. So I am very high. Kevin O'Connell and the guys this year on the Vikings. That NFC North period is going to be very, 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 very good. But I am picking the Bears to win this game. I was a big fan of what I've seen from Caleb Williams. I was a fan of what I've seen the first preseason game. Not so much the second preseason game against Kansas City. He had some troubles here and there. But I am high on the Bears this year. I'm a believer in Ben Johnson. Their defense was actually good enough last year to win them some games. It's just their offense and their offensive line was awful. They have pretty much got a good offensive line around Caleb Williams. They've had some draft picks, signed some guys, traded for some guys. Luther Burden got him in the draft. You still have a stacked wide receiver core with Rome Odunze, DJ Moore. I'm high on the Bears. So I'm picking the Bears. The Bears are at home, but Minnesota's favored, but I'm picking the Bears plus 1.5 points. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are my picks of the week. We are going to have a segment going into next week to pretty much figure out how I figured out in my picks. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to write them down to remember them. So we're going to discuss that later.